Let's take a look at the tailgate tape for our upcoming featherweight battle.
Jonathan Quiroz, 8 years the elder of Julian Baez. Other than that, the stats are pretty much identical. Quiroz maintains a little bit more time inside the cage. Let's see if that plays out inside the fight.
Both fighters young in their professional careers. Both fighters looking to improve to a 500 record.
Making his way to the cage, Jonathan Quiroz.
Here we see El Sancho, Jonathan Quiroz, coming in with a 2-3 record, 32 years of age. Coming off of he's got a round 1 submission victory by heel hook, has a decision victory as well. And he's coming off of a loss to Alberto Montes back in July of 2017. So a bit of a layoff here for El Sancho.
Yeah, coming in with a little bit of ring rust, but El Sancho's got some slick submission skills. We saw that with his nasty Imanari roll leg lock finish. First round submission over Michael Jackson. He's got wins over Ryan Lilly. So he's got some stacked competition that he's been inside the cage with before. And he touched on it earlier. He's trying to get back to 500 tonight. Chad George, his coach over at CMMA, and of course, the War Master, Josh Barnett, over in the corner as well, getting El Sancho ready for his fight with Julian Baez.
I don't know if I'd want to be cornered by the babyface assassin, because I don't think I'd ever get into the cage after eating a slap by him.
Yeah, he's got KO power in both hands. I've yet to see him knock anyone out in the prep circle yet, but I guess it is a possibility.
Good look at El Sancho. Jonathan Quiroz stepping into battle, as we talked about. He comes in 2-3, so he's one victory away. And there you see him, the all-pro, lights out. He put the lights out and lights out. Extreme Fighting, Sean Merriman in the house.
Jonathan Quiroz getting some last-minute Vaseline applied in the prep circle. Few more seconds, he'll be ready to step inside the cage.
I think Sean Merriman would be a pretty good trainer when it comes to takedowns. He was the NFL sack leader in 2006. Stomping into the cage with authority is El Sancho.
Julian Baez.
Crowd come to life for Julian Baez. Jekyll and Hyde, 23 years of age, comes in 1-2. So like his opponent, one victory away from evening out his record. But the question is, Jonathan, who are we going to see in the cage here? Are we going to see Jekyll, or are we going to see a more maniacal Mr. Hyde?
Well, you could not ask for a better nickname for a fighter. Outside of the cage, he is the nicest person you would ever want to meet. Calls everybody sir and ma'am. But once that cage door closes, his personality changes, and Dr. Hyde comes out to play. And when he does, it's usually a very, very violent affair.
And Mr. Hyde likes to press the pace, and that's exactly what he did in his most recent victory, the lone victory of his career, a win over Dean Hancock in July, a victory by way of knockout. Manuk, you heard the great reception for Julian Baez. Again, these fighters, a lot of them local to the LA area. They got a lot of family and friends in the house. That could really surge them on, but it could be some pressure as well.
Oh no, you nailed it, Todd. Los Angeles is a hotbed for MMA, and a lot of these fighters, they have fans who come out for them, so it should be a nice one.
Burbank, this next bout is brought to you by Optimum First Mortgage and is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. The man in charge of the action once the bell sounds, Mr. Larry Landless. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my left, wearing the blue trunks with the black trim. He weighed in at 145.8 pounds with a professional record of 2 wins, only 3 defeats. Fighting out of Gardena, California by way of Zacatecas, Mexico. Please welcome Jonathan El Sancho Quiroz. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner to my right, wearing the white trunks. He weighed in at 145 pounds even, with a professional record of 1 win, 2 defeats, out of Thousand Oaks, California. Here is Julian Jekyll and Hyde Baez.
Great reception for Baez as we await the action here, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LXF cage. Bell sounds, time to fight on. Both fighters touch gloves. Julian Baez in the white taking on Jonathan Quiroz in the blue. Quiroz with a submission victory as well as a decision victory under his belt. Baez, his lone victory again by knockout. Something that Quiroz is going to have to think about.
Oh, big right hand from Quiroz. Drop Baez, he's in all sorts of trouble here.
Referee taking a look and now cranking into the guillotine, trying to finish, use the strikes for position, then looking for submission. And we will see if Jekyll and Hyde can weather the storm.
Julian Baez still has cobwebs in both of his legs. That was a huge right hand from Jonathan Quiroz.
Dr. Jekyll better have a reviving potion in his laboratory. But seemed pretty composed right now is Baez.
Yeah, he landed a nice head kick and then he clipped Quiroz. A little bit of a slip for Quiroz. Back and forth action, here we go.
Official indicating that it was indeed a slip, and we've got ourselves some serious warfare. Lights out indeed.
Julian Baez holding on to the tie clinch here. Let's see if he's able to use it. Quiroz working an overhook on one side, trying to get his way off the cage here.
And Jonathan Baez mentioned it in his pre-fight interview. It's that killer be killed mentality. He likes to push the pace. Big knee up the middle. Body kick. He's got Quiroz rocking and reeling.
Oh, big right hand for Quiroz. Drop Baez again.
But can Quiroz capitalize? Baez again showing what he's made of. Got an amazing ability to recuperate and now answering in kind, back and forth. Seesaw action like a wave crashing down here on the West Coast, and now Quiroz battling back.
Quiroz with a 3-piece and a biscuit. Looking for the finish here. Baez in trouble.
Oh, he's
done.
That's gonna do it. Referee waves it off. In a seesaw battle, it was who's gonna drop first.
What a fight.
Wow! El Sancho. What a performance by both, though. I mean, my goodness, Baez got rocked early, battled back, and then it was back and forth. It was a get your cameras ready type of environment.
Jonathan Quiroz celebrating in his corner after an emphatic TKO victory. Julian Baez not happy with the decision.
Manuka Kopian, we're not going to have to go to any unofficial scorecards on that one. Welcome to Lights Out. Let's take a look back at the action.
What a furious finish. Look at this, fantastic. Quiroz had an amazing round, rocked Baez several times, and here he is putting on the finish again, puts him on his butt.
Quiroz, look, you can see the wobbly legs there, Jonathan, and that was the beginning of the end. The referee waves it off. But
yeah,
man,
as soon as referee Larry Landless saw that wobble, the next shot that landed was enough for him to call a halt to the action, and perhaps rightfully so after getting a look at the replay. Baez was rocked. Safety for the fighters always comes first.
and you can see Sean Merriman in the cage now, big smile on his face. That's exactly what he had in mind when it comes to lights out extreme fighting.
Jonathan Quiroz with a huge victory.
George Basmajian, matchmaker, in there as well. That was fun to watch. That was a shootout.
You always want to be careful when two gunslingers came to town, and that's exactly what we just saw. Both fighters had their moments, but the night belongs to Jonathan Quiroz. El Sancho with a huge TKO victory.
You see Quiroz there with the babyface assassin Josh Barnett. Quiroz, to your point, had one extra bullet there in the clip. Trying to catch our breath after that fantastic fireworks show of striking.
Great show of respect from both fighters in both corners.
Back inside the cage to make it all official.
Burbank, the time, 2 minutes, 26 seconds into round number 1 for the winner by way of KO, Jonathan El Sancho Quiroz.
Big victory for El Sancho, Jonathan Quiroz, in emphatic fashion. Huge knockout win, and the type of action you can come to expect from Lights Out Extreme Fighting. More action coming your way.